All right, it's going.
Okay.
Let me see.
Can you restart it? I looked at the camera.
Okay, I
Restart
just
it.
cut it out. Okay. Hi guys. So I've been thinking that young adults are getting a really bad rep lately. Young adults are called millennials. They're the young adults of this generation. They're getting called lazy, entitled. They don't do things themselves. They want things done for them. They don't admit their mistakes. They just don't take responsibility. Father Mike Schmidt, he's a pastor, and he has his own YouTube channel called Ascension Presents. And in his adulting expert video, he asked the question, what makes someone an adult? Yeah, 18, 21, you're an adult. But what makes you a respected adult? Taken seriously and everything. And it's responsibility. There's one word that always comes with responsibility, and it's take. Take responsibility. You hear that constantly. Take responsibility. And responsibility is really something you do have to claim. You have to make it yours. You have to accept it into your life, and you have to commit on it and make decisions to commit to this every single day. Times have changed. People used to really look forward to responsibility. People of the older generation, they used to look forward to being responsible, turning 16, turning 18, voting, and a big one, being a part of the community, work, getting married, children. They used to look forward to these things. Today, people don't feel the same about these responsibilities. As a millennial, I feel very overwhelmed, and I understand all this, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. It's hard being an adult. Responsibility is, of course, different for everyone. There's so many different levels of responsibility and different age groups of responsibility. Even children can, you can start building responsibility, and everybody needs to be responsible. The Center of Parenting Education has an article called Teaching Responsibility. I thought this was really great for building responsibility in children. And I took child development class in high school, and a lot of these things were taught in child development class, but it just didn't grasp to adulthood. And me as a parent, I don't remember any of it from child development. But there are concepts that children can grow into responsibility. And I'm not going to go too deep into this, but I could have done my whole speech on this, but I'm not going to go too deep. Anyway, children need to understand, rules and boundaries and consequences. Not just punishing them when they do something wrong. They need to know what is right thing to do and what is wrong. And don't give and do things for them too much. If they can do it themselves, let them do it. It's hard when you're in a hurry. Sometimes it's easier to get a kid ready than yourself and make them do it. But children really can learn to do their best, and praise effort and not achievement. That is a really good thing. And they can learn to admit their mistakes. They can just sit back and let them mess up their puzzle toy or something. Let them get frustrated, and teach them how to ask for help. It's really good for kids. And one more thing about child development is, obedience is not responsibility. You can tell a kid to do something and they'll do it. That's obedience, which is good, but it's not responsibility. Responsibility is when children actually do things that they're supposed to do. And children need to believe that they can do it. Anyway, children eventually turn into teenagers. And there's one song, it's called Teenagers by My Chemical Romance. And I think that they say it perfectly in their song when they say, teenagers scare the hell out of me. They really do. It's scared to think about a teenager driving or babysitting your children. It's just, they're just not very responsible. And they need responsibility more than ever right now. And you just got to remember that teenagers are people that are with a lot of hormones that are just growing into adults. And they need to know boundaries as well, and rules and boundaries, and they need to follow them and make decisions and have consequences for their actions. Also, let them make appointments and let them pay some bills. Let them get a job and manage groceries and cooking a meal. They are totally capable of being responsible for everything. Teenagers are. The official website for Homeland Security has a list of responsibilities laid out to be an American citizen. I thought that was cool. And they really stress community issues and people actually knowing what's going on in their own community. They really want people to do that and participate in the democratic processes, which is voting, and participate. Of course, obey laws and regulations, respect the rights and beliefs of others, pay taxes, be a juror when you're called, and defend your country when you're called as well. Laws and regulations for business corporations are laid out for businesses, but businesses, big giant corporations, are allowed to come up with their own regulations. And they're given ethics, they're given laws to form their own regulations on ethics, economy, bottom line workers, environment, stockholders, and of course laws. And I feel like people abuse their, power as a corporate, business leader. And also political leaders, they have their hands so deep in our political system. And our political leaders, it's their responsibility to run our country and make huge decisions. And they are supposed to have the best interest of the public. And I just wanted to say one little thing from the Constitution, that a goal from the Constitution is to form a more perfect union, establish justice, tranquility, secure the blessings of liberty, and so much more. I won't cover on it. But and I feel like political and giant corporations are abusing their power and not taking responsibility. And it's, we need people responsible in these fields. One thing that I feel like Stan Lee he is the main creator of Marvel. And he created Spider-Man and Iron Man, and he said it kind of perfectly. He said, with great power comes great responsibility. And he also said, Marvel Universe is a reflection of what's right outside our window. We are all part of a human family. The world is always moving upward and onward. Excelsior, that's what that means. And we are about to give the world to our youth. We're going to give all of our responsibilities to our children and the youth of our nation and the world, actually. And we need responsible adults to raise responsible adults and run the world. Thank you, guys.
Yay! Excellent.
God, I think I did better the first time. Dang it.